Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell by the title, I still can't believe it, but little Ripley is already a month old. It really feels like it was just yesterday that we came home from the hospital, but even though sometimes like the nights feel super long, but like this month has just really flown by. So I will be giving you guys some updates on Ripley as well as some postpartum updates on myself, because I don't think her update will be that long because not a whole lot has happened in this past month. So I'll be giving you updates on her as well as myself, let you guys know how I'm doing, and I'll show you like what my belly's looking like nowadays. But let's start with the star of the show here, Miss Ripley. So she had her 1 month checkup on Friday. Her dad, Will, my husband, took her to the checkup. So I tried to get as much information from him as possible, but it's kind of hard. So anyways, she is now 9 pounds and 2 ounces and 21 inches. So when she was born, she was 6 pounds and 4 ounces, and then she went down to 5 pounds 14 ounces in the hospital. So she's pretty much gained over 3 pounds in a month, which is quite amazing. And then grew a little more than 2 inches. She was born almost 19 inches. So she's been busy growing this month. But the doctor said she is doing amazing. She's perfect. That's what Will said. The doctor said she's perfect. We already knew that, but it's nice to hear from the doctor as well. And so she, yeah, just like a newborn, sleeps pretty much all day. And then she wakes up to eat every, I would say 2.5, 3 hours. And now she's up to between 3 to 4 ounces each feeding. So I've been mostly pumping and then feeding it to her. So Will and I can both feed her. Plus I like knowing how much she's getting each feeding. So I mostly do the bottle. And then now I'm back at work. So my maternity leave ended a week ago. So I've been back at work for a week, and Will started his paternity leave. So right now he's the one that's getting up with her every time during the night. So because I did the same thing when I was on maternity leave. So whoever's working can be refreshed and ready for work the next day. But we'll have to figure out a new schedule once we both are back at work, but that's not going to be for like another 5 weeks or so. But baby girl is doing super well, sleeps pretty well at night most of the nights. Here and there she would have like a night where she doesn't really want to fall asleep, but most of the time, as soon as she's full with milk, she'll go back to sleep. We've been having a little issue with that she is kind of eating a little too much, and sometimes she'll have a little like puke. It's not just spit up, like she'll have like a little bit of puking, because I think it's because we've been feeding her a little too much, but she's like always asking for more food. So we've been trying to be like more careful about how much we give her. And one thing I've noticed differently that we're doing this time around with Ripley, that we did differently with Cassian, different from what we did with Cassian. And if you don't know, Cassian is our 1.5-year-old toddler boy. So when we had him as a newborn, we were first-time parents, and then we were like super paranoid and anxious. So we like logged on an app, it's called Huckleberry. We logged every time he went to the bathroom, how big it was, what color it was, every time he had a feeding, how much it was. Every time I pumped, I would log how much I pumped. So we were like really busy logging everything. And this time we're not doing that. And I feel like we're not as anxious as last time. And as long as she keeps up her appetite and has the wet diapers every 2 hours, I feel very confident that we don't need to log every single thing. But as a first-time parent, it did give me a lot of peace of mind. But yeah, so that's kind of a little something different than we did last time. Yesterday we noticed that Ripley actually has a little bit of a cough. Cassian got a cough from daycare. He's had it for like a month now, and then he's on a second round of antibiotics and he's on the mend, but we think he may have passed it on to her a little bit. So she's had a little bit of a cough. So the last few nights she's been a little bit more fussy and not wanting to sleep as much. But we called the doctor and they said that as long as she doesn't have a fever or have trouble breathing, she should be fine. So we're gonna play it by ear and see how she is tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. If she still has a cough, we'll probably take her to the doctor. But she still is eating and then eating fine, and then she seems fine and alert. So we're not too worried there. But overall, this month has been just a lot of adjusting from going from one baby to two. But it's actually not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's definitely very, very hard. But I think we're just a lot more mentally ready, and we have a lot of help from our family. Now she is pretty much out of her newborn clothes and onto the 0 and 3 months clothes. She's still in newborn diapers, but I think after we're done with this last pack, she will be moving on up to the size 1 diapers. So the newborn stage is like almost over, is it? I feel like she's getting so big. Because when holding her, I can't really tell, but like when I put her in her clothes, her newborn clothes, when they used to be like super loose on her, and now they're like fitting snugly on her. So yeah, so definitely going to cherish every moment of her being this little. Be so sweet. Yeah, she definitely looks like her daddy. 100%. I think everyone that has seen pictures of Will as a baby would agree. I'll insert a picture here. It's so funny how genetics works, because Cassian looks pretty much like me, and then Ripley looks pretty much like her dad. There's like not a whole lot of mixing going on, but it's interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what she looks like when she's older. But I think that will be it for Ripley's update. I'm gonna go hand her off to Will and then come back and give you guys my update. Okay, I am back. So for my recovery, it has been so smooth this time. So I'm a month postpartum, and honestly after about 2 weeks I felt like pretty much back to normal. So this time I had the vaginal delivery, and she was a fairly small baby, just around 6 pounds, and she came out in like literally 1 push, and I had no tear, so everything's healing up nicely. Actually there wasn't even that much healing down there that needed to happen. But I feel great, and I still haven't had my 6-week postpartum update, checkup with the doctors yet, but I feel great, like I said already. But I have not started to exercise yet because I want them to clear me, of course, and then during that appointment they'll have to do the glucose test again, I think, because I had the gestational diabetes. So I want to make sure that that's gone, and that's just like a gestational thing, and then I don't like actually have diabetes. So yeah, but like I've kind of resumed eating, like eating whatever I want. But if I do have diabetes, when they check it, I'll have to modify my diet again. But with that being said, I've lost I think like 12 pounds. So I'm like back to my pre-pregnancy weight, because from this pregnancy I only gained 12 pounds. But that was because like towards the end of it I was like restricting what I was eating, cut out like carbs and stuff. So actually towards the end I started like losing some weight. So now I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight, but my pre-pregnancy weight was only 8 months postpartum from Cassian, my baby boy. So it's not where I want to be either. So once the doctors clear me, I will start exercising again, hopefully. Through my work, we have a trainer that comes into work twice a week to help us exercise, and it's like during our lunch break. So hopefully I can get 2 good workouts in every week and then just like tone up a little bit. I don't really care about like the weight on the scale, but I definitely want to tone up and feel better about myself. Like I feel pretty good about myself right now. I'll show you guys what I'm working with right now, but mentally I feel pretty good about myself, and I just feel like my body is healing up nicely. I gotta say, having like 2 pregnancies fairly close to each other, it was really hard on my body towards the end of the pregnancy. Like my hips, like I don't know, the joints and the bones just felt so painful. Like sometimes like I couldn't even really walk, and like when I turned in bed it was just so painful. So that's definitely very hard on the body. It's okay now because I'm not going to have any other kids. I don't think so. So I'm not putting my body through that again. But it's amazing what the body can do and how resilient it is. And then I am breastfeeding and pumping for baby girl Ripley, and my milk supply is pretty good now. Like for the first 2 weeks ish, it was a little low where we had to supplement with formula, but now we don't have to at all, and I actually have a little bit of surplus that I can start storing up for when I do go back to the office. Then we can have some milk at home for her. But yeah, I think that's all I have to update for my postpartum as well. I'll just show you guys what my belly situation looks like. Okay, so this is what I have. It looks pretty nice with like clothes on. So you can see I still got like some pudge right here, and then I still have the line, the pregnancy line, and then everything is still just kind of pretty loose. Yeah, but I'm honestly, I feel pretty good about this. I'm not too upset about it after having 2 kids. So definitely going to work on toning, and then see how stretched out my belly button is. I mean, I think only time can heal this belly button maybe. But yeah, that's what we are working with. And thank goodness for high-waisted stuff. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for joining us for this update. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we will have more everyday life posts, I guess. I don't know. If you want to follow us there, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so and turn on the notification if you want to know when our next video comes out. And I will keep doing these updates every month for the next couple of months, probably a year or so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and then we'll hopefully see you guys on our next video. Thank you. Bye.